My sibling's latest partner made fun of my little girl right at the supper table. The whole group burst out laughing. My mother ordered my child to quit embarrassing the relatives, which is why I stayed quiet and let the conversation roll on until she brought up her employment. That's when I grabbed my cell phone and saw their grins vanish one by one. My name is Trixie. I'm 33, the eldest sibling, the steady one who keeps everything running. I handle invoices for a local shipping firm. I'm a single parent to a 10-year-old named Lily, who still thinks birthday candles can grant wishes if you concentrate hard enough. I pay my rent on schedule, stash snacks in the car, and time the pasta exactly so it's ready the moment homework wraps up. That's me, plain, dependable, the safety net. Last Sunday, my mother announced family supper and added don't be late, which in our household really means arrive early and pitch in. I stepped inside carrying a fresh lasagna while Lily held the garlic bread like it was a trophy. My brother Nate, 27, the guy who quits every job, was already sprawled on the couch. Beside him sat a woman I'd never met. Brown hair, flawless eyeliner wings, a sharp little smile. She scanned me head to toe, then looked straight at Lily. This is Kelsey, Nate's girlfriend. Finally, someone with style. Hi, I answered, I'm Trixie. This is my daughter. Kelsey tilted her head, adorable. Her gaze dropped to Lily's shoes, scuffed white sneakers with pink paint streaks on the laces from a classroom craft. Retro, I replied with a tight smile. Bought them at Target. We took our seats. Mom fluttered around, pouring wine like she was in a television ad. Everyone spoke at once. Vacation ideas, trips, Nate's newest venture. Lily asked quietly, may I have extra salad? Kelsey mimicked her across the table in a childish tone. May I have extra salad? She snickered, then laughed out loud. Nate joined in. My mother laughed too. It took me a moment to understand she was copying the soft, nervous lift in Lily's voice. Hey, I said evenly, cut that out. Mom clicked her tongue. Oh, Trixie, enough. Don't be so touchy. Kelsey leaned back, still smirking. It's only teasing. Lily stared at her plate, cheeks turning red. She tucked her hair behind one ear the way she does when she wants to disappear. Don't cause a fuss, Mom added under her breath, yet loud enough for everyone. You always do this. You make the family look bad. There it was, the first cut. I swallowed and drew a breath. Lily, I said, voice steady, you're perfectly fine. Kelsey lifted her glass. Anyway, I just landed a position, she announced. Finally, work that people actually admire. Nate nodded as if he'd invented the wheel. She's in healthcare now, he boasted. Working with children. Kelsey beamed, speech therapy assistant. I literally guide kids with their speech. The room filled with approving murmurs. Mom clasped her hands like a proud judge. Isn't that amazing? Wow, I replied. Nice work. Kelsey glanced at Lily again, eyes sparkling. Maybe I can correct that tiny habit, she said, waving her fingers near her mouth. The fork in my hand suddenly felt heavier. Everyone chuckled again. Everyone except Lily, who pressed her lips tight and stared at a crouton like it could save her. Heat rose up my neck, then cooled. I told myself, not now, don't react yet, let them keep talking. So I stayed silent. Context. This didn't begin last Sunday. It started years earlier, slowly, like a leak that ruins the wood underneath. When I became pregnant at 22, I returned home for 6 months. I paid rent to my parents plus groceries. Mom told the aunts I was such a load while cashing my checks every Friday. When Nate wrecked his Civic, I co-signed a second-hand Corolla so he could reach work. He quit 2 weeks later because the boss had an attitude. I covered the payments for 8 months because I couldn't bear the collection calls at 9 at night while Lily slept against me. Every Christmas I purchased presents for the whole family. Every surprise bill that appeared, Mom put me on speaker and said, Trixie, you know we only ask when it's urgent. It was always urgent. They called me generous and solid when I opened my wallet, but cold and overdramatic when I requested one weekend without chores. 2 summers ago, Lily needed speech help. Nothing major, just a few sounds she mixed when tired. I added extra shifts to cover what insurance skipped. We attended every Tuesday. She practiced hard. She improved. My mother claimed I was exaggerating, and maybe Lily just needed more correction at home. Around then, Nate began dating women who turned into GoFundMe pages with lipstick. There was the one who started a boutique by buying bulk leggings and taking photos in my mom's yard. There was the brand expert who strategically asked me to fund her dog's operation. There was the unlicensed lash technician who turned my little sister's old room into a salon and left glue on the carpet. Qley was version 3 but polished brighter. She showed up quickly. New phone, fresh outfits, nails like small blades. She spoke in extremes. Things were legendary or heartbreaking, and she laughed with her whole face when the heartbreak belonged to someone else. When Mom invited us to supper to celebrate big news, I knew what it truly meant. It meant a sales pitch. It meant we're so proud of Qley's grown-up job, followed by Nate needs support to stand on his own so they can move out. It meant my name plus a $sign in the same sentence. The group chat hinted at it all week. Mom, don't be late Sunday. Me, I'll be there. Nate, bring dessert. Qley, also bring a better attitude than last time. LOL. I typed, then erased, then typed again. Nothing. Silence is a form of boundary until they stomp over it. On Friday morning, Mom phoned just to check in. In our family, that's code for wear you down. Trixie, you know your brother is really trying, she said. He has a chance with Qley's uncle. He just needs dependable wheels. He has a car, I answered. The Corolla is old. It makes noises. It makes noises when he skips oil changes. Mom sighed like I'd admitted guilt. You're so negative. This is why you're single. I switched her to speaker. Lily colored at the table, humming softly. I watched her small hands draw sunflowers with an orange crayon. Mom, I said, how much? What? How much is the opportunity this time? Well, she said, stretching the word, a down payment, nothing huge. Qley knows someone, 2,000 or 3,000. I looked at Lily's sneakers by the door, the ones with pink paint. I thought about school lunches and rent and the savings I was stacking slowly for braces and emergencies. My salary isn't flashy. It's steady and honest. There's no hidden stash under my mattress. I can't, I told her. Silence, then the sentence that always follows. He's your brother, and the reply that never sticks. I'm your daughter, she hung up. That night I received a text from an unknown number. Qley, hey babe, it's Kells. Heard you were being difficult. Anyway, you don't need to bring dessert, just your checkbook. I set my phone face down and scrubbed dishes with extra soap. Saturday morning, my aunt sent me a video of Qley preparing for clinic life, dancing to music in scrubs with the tag still attached. Caption, Speech Bay to the rescue. The comments overflowed with hearts, and so proud from relatives who never liked my posts about Lily's honor roll because we don't boast. I checked her profile. Videos in my mom's kitchen. Children dancing in the background at parties. Faces fully visible. Videos in a room with a colorful rug. A clipboard, little plastic mirrors. Correct those pesky R's, she wrote on one. DM for rates. I froze. Rates. Sunday arrived anyway. I baked lasagna because I'm foolish like that. I told myself it's simpler to appear and leave early. You know the rest of the scene. The imitation, the laughter, the quit embarrassing us, but there's a piece I haven't shared yet. When Qley said I literally guide children with their speech, Nate puffed out his chest and added she's going to mentor Lily. Family discount. Mom clapped. See, we support each other. I smiled. Where do you work? I asked. Qley twisted a strand of hair. Little Sprouts Therapy Center plus some private clients. Gotta stack that money. Little Sprouts, I know them. I send their invoices up the chain sometimes. We handle their delivery account. I know their compliance person by name. I set my napkin aside. Interesting. Why? Qley asked. I've just heard of them. I said, keeping my tone light. Congratulations. She winked at Mom. Told you I'd make something of myself. And that was when I realized I didn't need to raise my voice. I just needed to wait. Because people like Qley always expose themselves if you give them room, so I let them continue. Dessert turned into the sales pitch. Of course it did. Mom cleared her throat. So Trixie, since Qley is investing in her career and Nate is finally getting serious, we were thinking. I asked. Nate leaned forward. You help with the down payment. It's literally nothing to you. It's not nothing, I said. Qley smiled brightly. You're in billing, she said. You make what, like a lot? Enough, I said. She shrugged. Then be a good sister. Lily reached for another cookie. Her hand trembled. Qley watched it like a cat watches a bird. I felt the familiar weight in my chest, the years of just this once. The way my moms we were thinking always meant you pay and we cheer. Also, Qley said we could start Lily's sessions family rate. Like Nate said, 50 a pop. We'll fix that little voice before middle school. Her voice isn't broken, I said. Qley laughed. Relax, I'm a professional. Mom nodded. She's helping children, don't be jealous. And then Qley said it. The line that shifted everything from simmer to click. I even posted a few clips from sessions to show my process. Parents love it. It's like marketing. Something inside me went quiet, not hot. Cold. The kind of cold you feel when a storm arrives and the air freezes. I looked at Lily. She had folded her napkin into a perfect small square edges, sharp eyes damp. "Lily," I said gently, "go wash your hands in the hallway bathroom." She nodded and slipped away. Kelsey sipped her wine. "So the car, we found a cute little SUV, safe for kids, you know. I could use it for home visits." "Home visits," I repeated. "Yes," she said, making a face. "Clinics are fine, but private clients pay cash. No annoying paperwork." Nate smirked like he invented business, entrepreneurship. I looked at my mother. She was smiling like an Instagram proud mom caption. "See," she said, "our family is finally moving up." I set my glass down, wiped my hands, and said, "All right." They both blinked. "All right," Mom asked. "All right," I said. "Let's talk about work." Kelsey grinned. Finally, I took my phone out of my bag and unlocked it. My hands stayed steady. I was beyond shaking. "Let's talk about your job," I said. Their smiles lasted one more heartbeat. Then I tapped the screen. I didn't shout. I didn't even lift my voice. I opened the state's public license directory. I typed Kelsey's full legal last name, the one on her Instagram bio I'd saved Friday night, and turned the screen so the table could see. "Speech-language pathology assistants are licensed here," I said. "It's public record." The screen loaded. No results. Kelsey rolled her eyes. "I literally just started." "Even assistants appear here," I said. "If you're employed as a medical paraprofessional, you show up. It protects clients. It's a paperwork delay." "Okay." I swiped to the next item, her TikToks, the ones in the colorful rug room, a little boy in a superhero shirt, a teen girl practicing R sounds. Voices, usernames tagged. Hashtag speech therapy my kids. I kept my tone neutral. "Do you have parents' written consents to post these?" Kelsey's smile twitched. "It's just social. Everyone does it." "No," I said, "they don't." Mom sighed. Trixie stopped controlling everything. I looked at Nate. "You know who sees these? Anyone. Employers, board, investigators, strangers." He shifted. "You're being dramatic." I swiped again. Messages. Screenshots from the group chat. Kelsey forgot my cousin was still in. I hadn't planned to use them, but when you're bleeding, anything can be a bandage. Kelsey, "Lily talks like a baby. If Trixie doesn't pay, I'll do a before-after with her, lol." A reply from someone else. "Stop. Kelsey, I'm helping." My mother reached for the phone. I pulled it back. "Kelsey," I said, "where exactly at Little Sprouts do you work?" She scoffed. "Why do you care?" "Because my company manages their logistics. I know their compliance manager, and because if you're treating minors, you need supervision records and a license. Also because you mocked my kid and tried to sell me a cure." "Don't twist it," Mom snapped. "She was offering help to a 10-year-old who doesn't need fixing," I said. Kelsey crossed her arms. "You're jealous. I have purpose." I clicked a saved voicemail transcribed in my inbox. Friday afternoon, the clinic manager's polite voice. "Hi, Kelsey, following up. Since your onboarding didn't proceed, please return the scrubs. We wish you well." I let it play for 5 seconds, then paused. Nate went completely still. "What's that?" "Her job," I said. She didn't get it. Kelsey's chair scraped back. "That's a violation," she snapped. "You can't access." "I didn't access anything private," I said. "You posted the scrubs. The clinic called you. You listed your number on your public page. Compliance is literally my field, Kelsey." And I turned to my mother. "I'm finished being the wallet for stories." Mom flushed. "Watch your tone." "No," silence. The word hung there heavy and new. Nate jumped in. "But the car." I opened one more photo. A spreadsheet, color-coded rows, dates, amounts. Rent for Mom 400 times 7 months. Nate car payment 289 times 8. Nate phone bill when shut off 120. Groceries 67, 83, 54. Gas money when Dad's truck needed it. 40, 40, 40. Totals at the bottom. I slid the phone to the center. "This is what I've covered the past 3 years," I said. "I kept records so I wouldn't forget myself when you called me selfish." Mom looked at it like it was written in another language. "You're keeping score." "Yes," I said. "That's how budgets work." Kelsey laughed again, but it wavered. "So you're wealthy?" "I am not wealthy," I said. "I am organized." Nate's voice rose. "You're not family, you're a calculator." "Maybe," I said. "But calculators don't sign for SUVs." He glared. "You think you're superior." "I think I'm finished," I said. "There's a difference. Don't you dare speak to me like that in my house," Mom snapped. "It's actually my house," I said before I could stop myself. Petty maybe. True, Mom hissed. Get out. I stood gladly. Then I looked at Lily, who had been watching from the corner, eyes wide. Grab your coat, sweetheart. Qley tried one last jab. Fine, I don't need your money. I have clients, real ones. They pay cash. I looked at her. You just admitted to practicing without a license and taking cash in front of witnesses. Mom's chair creaked. Trixie, I won't report you, I said, still looking at Qley. That's not my role. But if I see one more video with a child's face, or if you mention my kid again, I'll anonymously send every screenshot to the right authorities. They'll handle it and I won't feel guilty. Qley opened her mouth, then closed it. I picked up the lasagna dish, old habits. Then I set it down. New habits, keep it, I said. We walked to the door. Mom followed. You will regret this, she said coldly. I turned. No, I said, I regret waiting so long. On the drive home, Lily stared out at the streetlights. Did I do something wrong? She asked. I kept my eyes on the road so she couldn't see mine. You did nothing wrong, I said. Some adults are just not very kind. Even Grandma, I swallowed. Even Grandma. She nodded, small and serious. Okay. We stopped for milkshakes, strawberry for her, chocolate for me. We sat in the parking lot and let the air conditioning hum. Can I ask one more thing, she said. Anything. Am I broken? My hands tightened on the cup. No, I said. You are perfect exactly as you are, and if anyone talks about you like that again, we leave. Always, even if it's family. Her shoulders relaxed. She smiled a little. Okay, then after a pause, can we get sprinkles next time? Absolutely, I said. That night I blocked Qley's number. I muted the family chat. I wrote an email. Not a personal one, just a general note to the clinic's public address. FYI, there's a person online claiming to work with minors at your facility and posting faces. Might be a risk. Then I closed my laptop and sat on the floor while Lily showed me her new dance. She laughed the real kind. Monday morning, my mother called from a different number. I didn't answer. She left a voicemail. You embarrassed us. Your cousin saw your spreadsheets. We're family. I deleted it. I made coffee. I packed Lily's lunch with an extra cookie. I sent my rent. I opened my banking app and looked at the little numbers I've been building carefully for years. They look brighter without a hole underneath. A week later, the family chat noticed my silence. My aunts, where are you? Mom's meme about ungrateful kids. Nate got the SUV. Haters gonna hate. Qley locked her page. The Speech Bay videos disappeared. Someone said she's at a mall store. Not my concern. What is my concern? Lily sleeps better. We baked brownies, watched a movie, laughed at the cat. I went back to therapy, my sticky note list. Pay what I owe, save what we need. Stop funding stories, protect Lily always. Grace called, whispered sorry, asked to visit. Bring sprinkles, I said. My mother thinks family means endurance. Mine means safety. I'm not a wallet. I'm a mom, saying no felt like breathing. At dinner, Lily paused, tried again and stole my last fry. Hey, she grinned. Fair is fair, that's the ending.